Welcome back to another episode of our NHL 20 Franchise Mode series with the California Misfits. I am the Final Night Errant. Thank you so much for checking us out. Hope you enjoy this episode, and if you do, make sure you give it a thumbs up, hit that like button, and if you want to see more of these episodes, you can always subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you'll always know when I put up a brand new episode. In this episode, we're going to go through the off-season and try to get to preseason of next year number 4, I believe. And we're going to get going here in just a second. What I'm going to do, though, is do a little bit of advanced scouting here, take a look at the draft class, go through a couple things. So I will be back in just a moment to show you what we're going to do here as we go through the draft. All right, so hang in there for just a second, and let me jump into some things here. Just a little bit of editing to shorten up this view time. Okay, after taking a look at the draft, after taking a look at our current contracts and figuring out who's going to be on the team next year, who's not going to be on the team next year, who we can afford to trade, who we should trade, all of those things, I've got an idea of what I want to do here with the draft. So in this draft, I am looking to move McCann and Schultz. We're going to try to offload those two contracts and those two players in order to move up in the draft and get a few good picks. Now, I've already targeted 5 different individuals. We're going to try to see if we can get those here in the draft. I will be back to show you guys who we end up drafting overall, though, at the very end, so don't worry about that, all right? We're going to get started right now. Recap of who we picked up. We got all 5 of the players we were looking to pick up: Scoville, Backus, Holmstrom, Donovan, and Pakarinen. And again, Donovan and Pakarinen are long-term projects. The other 3 are going to make impacts within the next few years. So that is what we went with. Everything else is golden for other people. So let's move on to the re-sign phase. Let me get through the re-sign phase here, and we'll take a look at how the team is shaped up and what free agency is going to look like here in just a second. All right, hang in there, guys. All right, a quick recap for you as we get into free agency here at the end of the re-sign phase. As you can see, Forsberg's coming back. We've got him for 6 years at $9.375 million. He was a stickler. He really wanted what he wanted, and I'm all right with that. We'll get him for 6 years, which is the majority of what's left here. And then in that final year of our franchise mode, we may have to give him a little bit or part ways with him. We'll have to see. Plus, if he starts to fall off, we can always dump him. So that is something else we'll be keeping an eye on. So Forsberg coming back. We got Galchenyuk back on a good deal, I think. I think we got him for 8 years, if I recall correctly. 8 years at 8.4. Yeah, 8 years at 8.4. That's the entire rest of this franchise mode. We played 10 years, so we've got him for 8 years. More than enough there. That's what he wanted, and we were able to get him down in price a bit, and we're able to bring him back. So 8 years. He'll be 30. I think it's 6 years or 7 years left here. So again, Forsberg and Galchenyuk, we'll be offloading them maybe late into their contracts, and when they're getting a little bit up there in age, hopefully we'll have won a couple cups by then, fingers crossed, and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's what we're going to do for now. Forsberg and Galchenyuk trying to fuel our momentum forward here as we continue to get deeper into the playoffs. Lievo would not sign a contract. So what I did was I qualified him. He wants more money. He doesn't want to come back on the extension right now. So once we get to free agency, we'll go ahead and see what he's asking for, and we will we'll give him some money, and we'll see where it goes from there. And we always have the option of matching. As you can see, we got $27 million in cap space available, so we're definitely getting him back. The question is, for how much, right? All right, and then down here, I think the only other person we're concerned about is, yes, JFK. JFK wanted a one-way deal, 2 years at $2 million, but at 79 overall, I don't think he's going to be worth that on the open market. And on the open market, when he is lower, and he's got that lower value of what he's looking for, we can offer him a lower amount. I'm not even going to try to bring him back for more than he wants because, again, he doesn't want that extension. And we're going to try to get him on the team this year, so we definitely want to pick him up. So we qualified him, and we're going to hope to try to pick him up in free agency. All right, so there we go. Those are the people that are sticking points right now, Lievo and JFK, and Forsberg and Carlson coming back right there at the pretty much at the final hour, because as you can see, we have just today's the last day to sign contracts, and then we're going into free agency. So let's go ahead and get to it. Advancing a day into free agency, and I'm going to take a quick look or show you guys really quickly who's in free agents, who's available, and we're going to go from there, right? So Klingberg, That would be great pickup for us. 10 million bucks, though. We have only 27 million to play with, and we do still have to bring back both of those players when it comes to Lievo and also the JFK. So we're looking at that. Braden Point is out there. If we wanted to try to bring him in for 2 years, he only wants a 2-year deal at $9 million. So there is that as an option. Kyle Connor's out there. He wants a 1-year deal at $8.7 million. He's trying to get out of his RFA contract there. And so we're probably not looking at Braden Point, Kyle Connor, or Grabashovsky here, but all three of them are on RFAs, so not likely for us to go after. So really, it's just Klingberg, who is 29 years old, wanting a 6-year deal. I don't know if I really want to do that for 6 years, but yeah, I definitely don't want to do that for 6 years. We can offer him a lower amount, or a lower amount of years, similar amount of money if we want to bring him in, but that is something I'll take a look at here in a second. We also have Hurdle here, who's an option. He wants a 4-year deal at 28 years old. Kovalchuk wants a 2-year deal. He's 39. Nobody's gonna go for that. Kovalchuk is gonna be he's gonna be the last guy on free agency this year. You watch. Let's see here. Fax is out there. Kadri's out there. And then Lievo. Lievo wants 5.775. We're going to offer him 5.775. We're going to offer him what he's asking for. Actually, I might even short it just a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to short it just a little bit. He wants 6 years, which is perfect. We want him that long term. No, I'm not going to short him. I'm actually going to offer him like $6 million. I'll offer him $6 million for 6 years. If he wants a little bit more for 7 years and we just lock him in long term, then we'll lock him in long term and that'll be that. But that's what I'm looking to do for him. What is this? Ooh, Pareko's out there, 86 overall. We could try to bring in Pareko to play with him. That wouldn't be bad at all. Him and Pareko on that top pairing would be really nice. I think that would be really nice. Let me double check. Yeah, a two-way defender and a defensive defenseman. That actually would be really nice to put those two together. That would not be bad at all. A left and a right. We might go after Pareko. That seems like a really nice pickup. He's 29 years old. He only wants a 4-year deal. 4-year deal at 5.5. I can probably make that work with the amount of cap space we have and the situation we're looking at right now, which is not that many major superstars coming back. So that could be something we look at. Let's see. What else we got? Tyler Bertuzzi's 84 overall. He wants a 4-year deal at 27 years old. What else we got? Bunch of 31-year-olds. There's an RFA. Carlos an RFA. So Frolik is 34. Anybody else in here that's... Not really. Not really. And the best part about this is the further and further you go down, the less and less these guys are worth. Now, there's Jacob. He wants his $2.125 million. And he wants that 2-year deal. So he says he's 79 overall. He's probably more like an 80. That makes sense that he would want that. I guess we'll go ahead and offer it to him and see if he'll take it. Yeah, we can go ahead and offer him that. I'm okay with that. So what we're going to do, since he's an RFA of ours, we're going to go ahead and just give him the 2-year deal at what he's asking for. And that way we save money. If we had gone and done what he had asked for, he would have just said no in our regular re-sign phase. So we're going to do it here, force him to say yes. If he says no again, then we'll wait and see what somebody wants to send our way, because we would be getting picks back, I think, at this point, at $2 million. So I'm okay with that. And then let's go up here really quickly, and we'll take care of Lievo. We'll offer him a contract. What does he want for... Yeah, he wants $6 million for 7 years. We're going to go ahead and give him $6 million for 7 years. We're going to offer him what he's asking for. $6 million for 7 years for Lievo is actually really good. Elite player. We know he's going to get up there into the high 80s, maybe even low 90s. And I think that for 6 years is going to be a steal. Pareko, do we want to bring in Pareko? I think we do. And then that'll give us an opportunity to move maybe one of our other defensemen. Yeah, I think we do, because it would be Lievo, and then it would be Pareko here. That would put Mikoshin with either Vukajevic. I think it would be Mikoshin with Vukajevic, and then Quixote with Karalate. And then we would have Anderson as a backup. And then we just have to ship out Mueller, which I think is okay. So I'm going to actually do that. I'm going to bring in Pareko. I think that really sets us up nicely. Even if it's a 4-year deal, we can trade him 3 years from now when he is 32. Fits on our second defensive pairing. You know what? I wouldn't even mind. He fits on our second defensive pairing, but I bet you he fits on the first too. And even if he doesn't, we can make it work. I'm gonna bring in Pareko. That's a great opportunity. Let's see. Montreal wants him. I think what we do for this is we're going to go ahead and offer him 5.75. Yeah, we're going to offer him 5.75 and see if he takes it for 4 years. 5.75 for 4 years. We're going to go ahead and offer that. See if he takes that. And if he doesn't, he doesn't. It's not a big deal. This is one of those pickups where if we pick it up, great. If we don't, we've got plenty of other guys. We don't need him. This would just make us that much better. So that's what we're going to try to do there. And then when it comes to forwards, there's really not that many forwards I'm all that interested in, to be honest. I don't want Klingberg. That's just a little too much. 6 years at 29 years old. Yeah, I don't want 6 years, $10 million. Even though he's an 89 overall, I know that's really good. I think we can do the same kind of damage with the defensive defenseman there on that first pairing, as opposed to another offensive defenseman to go along with Lievo, who's a two-way defender. So I'd rather have Lievo growing by getting the points than Klingberg taking them all. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. And there really isn't, as far as I can see here, somebody that's going to be that guy for us at the amount that they are asking for. Yeah, I'm not all that interested in the rest of these free agents. Yeah, the rest of this isn't all that interesting to me. Yeah, I don't really see anybody else here that I'm super, super thrilled about. Even Rodriguez here. Yeah, he would fit on our third forward line, but I think we're good on that third forward line. I think we're already good there. Ben Hutton. Defensive pairing one here. He'd be okay, I suppose. He's 29. He's only 80 overall, though. Nah, we're going to skip him. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going with those guys. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through and make sure I've got everybody I need for the free agent or for the AHL. And if we need anything for the AHL, I'm going to grab that. I'm going to come in and just offer the contracts. Then we're going to fast forward, and I'm going to make sure we got all the scouts we need, got all of our coaches sorted, and get through, make sure everybody signs. And once that's done, I'm going to sim to the next year, and I will show you what happens and who we pick up in just a few seconds. All right, so hang in there, guys. All right, here's how we're going to set up our lines for year number 4. We're going to have Forsberg, Galchenyuk, and Granlund playing on the first line together. Next up, we've got Jost, Kyrou, and McGillney. They're going to go ahead and play together. Guryanov, Perfetti, and Pelech. Perfetti's coming in this year as a rookie. That should be a hopefully pretty good year. Same with Pelech. He's also a rookie. So we're going to see how this third line does. Lawton, Sissons, and JFK for his Macca Carlson here is going to handle the fourth line for us, and hopefully that will be a decent line. We'll have to just keep an eye on it and go from there. I'm interested in this third line very much just to see if this is going to work. We've got 2 snipers and a playmaker. Got a 2-way forward playmaker and a power forward here on the second line. Hopefully McGillney is able to put some pucks in the net. We'll see. And then across the top, you've got the playmaker, 2-way forward. On the blue line, we're going to run Lievo and Parayko together. Makoshin and Vukojevic together. Karalate and Don Quixote will play together, and our scratch players this year will be Cirelli and Anderson, if we have anybody that needs to be spelled. And then between the pipes, we've got Holtby and Comrie. Over in the AHL, Picard and Donovan are going to be our goalies this year. We want Donovan playing. This will be his first year playing. He is that elite goalie we brought in. We need to get him growing. It's going to take him a few years, so we might as well get him started now with Picard in net in front of him, giving him some good amount of opportunity to grow over these next few years, at least 2 years, and then we'll give him one as the starter if we can, and then hopefully he'll be ready to go. But he's 19 right now, so we need to get him rolling as quickly as possible. Scratch players down here, we've got no one of any major significance, but we do have a couple people ready to go, ready to step in if we have some problems. Go up here to the starting lines real fast. Scoville, this guy we just drafted, he's going to go ahead and play that first line. He's going to be flanked by Baptiste and Johnson here. Johnson Falby. So we've got a 2-way forward grinder power forward line. We'll see how that line does. This line's going to be hopefully very, very good. We got Koltagin, McGinnis, and Luff, power forward, playmaker, sniper. we're going to hopefully see good things out of this line this year. Hopefully they do really, really well. They're on a perfect line for themselves, and that's exactly what we're looking for, right? Holmstrom, Chartier, and Vishnevsky. Vishnevsky, this is probably his last opportunity. He really needs to grow, otherwise we're going to have to trade him. He is 21 years old. He is nowhere near where he needs to be as an overall, and very, very disappointed with his growth so far. And part of it is just because he's not getting enough time on ice, right? So then you got Harris, who's 21, also very, very low, 21 and a 70 overall. He needs to be higher. So Steve Harris, Hunt, and Pare. All these guys are looking good. So you've got top 6 here in Harris. Got a top 6 in Vishnevsky, both mediums. These are, well, except, yeah, Harris is a low. So we're expecting Vishnevsky to grow. He just hasn't yet. And then we've got Holmstrom here, who's a medium top 6. He's 18 and 73 overall right now. So that's, as you can see, you know, this guy's looking at, what, 21 years old, and he's only 72? Well, this guy's overall better than him, and he's 3 years younger. So that's kind of what we're talking about in terms of Vishnevsky needs to pick it up. And then Koltagin, he is a bottom 6 guy. We got a top 6 guy there in the middle with McGinnis. He's 19. Hopefully he continues to grow. And then obviously Scoville, 18 years old at 74 overall. So we're hoping that these guys pick it up, right? Defensively, Brizgalov, Snuggerud, they're going to be our top pairing. Stanley and Goodbranson. And then we got Belpito and O'Gara. They're going to go ahead and finish off this. Brizgalov, the top 4 D-man. We need to get him growing. He's 21 years old and only 74 overall. He needs to pick it up. And then I think Snuggerud also, yeah, top 6 guy. But right now he's a minor top 2. So he also, he's barely going to make it up there. He might be a depth guy for us at some point. But that's kind of our situation right now. I'm going to go through and take care of their special teams pretty much before we get started with the season. Just wanted to give you guys a look at how the team came together here in the off season. Take a quick look at who's going to be captain this year. It looks like it's going to be Captain Forsberg. Yeah, that's Captain Forsberg's fine. Galchenyuk is the assistant. Jost as the assistant down underneath. I'm actually going to take this off and give it to McGillney. So we need to start getting McGillney ready to take over his captaincy if we ever do get rid of Forsberg. So we're going to do that. And I think I'm going to move Galchenyuk's over to somebody in the defense, and that is going to be Lievo. Yeah, you know what? No, let's give it to Parayko. Let's give the assistant to Parayko over there. He's got the veteran leadership over there. Hopefully that will help him keep people in line. Defensive defenseman. He's a stay-home kind of guy, so that should hopefully be good. So there we go. There's our captains. There are our lines. Next up is free agency. Or not free agency, preseason. Wow, it's been a day. And we're going to get to that here in just a second. I just need to go ahead and finish up some things like setting scouts up. Once I get that set, we're going to fast forward right to the first day of preseason and get started. All right, hang in there, guys. Be right back. Okay, we're here at the beginning of the preseason. We're going to go ahead and get through just preseason, and then we'll take a look at how the team did overall, and that is where we're going to hold it up. Let's go ahead and get through preseason real fast. There's a win. At home, there's a loss to Edmonton. At LA, there's a shootout win. Home against Vegas, win there. Home against Calgary. There's a win at San Jose. There's a win, and then home against Vancouver. That is going to be a big loss, 8-4. Yikes, Vancouver is going to be a good team this year. All right, let's take a look and see how we did. Sergei Molina, McGillney, I want to say Molina so bad. Sergei McGillney, he's got 7 points in 7 games, 5 goals, 2 assists. That's pretty good. Let's take a look at how the whole team did overall. 27 goals in 7 games, so a 3.86 is pretty solid. But a 3.86 goals against, 27 goals against. I don't know what Holtby's doing in net right there, but not good. Whatever it is, it's not good. We've got ourselves 6 power play goals in 22 attempts for 27%, and then 3 on 21 for 85%. That's actually pretty solid. I don't think we're going to mess with too much here. Once we get into the next season, we'll go ahead and take a look at it. And then let's go ahead and take a look at how the team did on these lines. What line is letting in a ton of goals? So a -3 for that first line. Oof, that is not a good first line look. Yeah, first 2 lines are struggling. Third line is struggling. Well, everybody's struggling except for the fourth line. Fourth line's getting it done. All right, and then the defense, we've got, how are we doing here? All right, their pluses, their minuses, and their minuses. All right, so this is interesting, to say the very least, but it's going to be an interesting year, I think. That was just preseason. Who knows if it's going to shape up that way or not? Hard to say. I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but we'll find out here very, very soon as we get into the next season, and that's going to happen in the next episode. What do you guys think? Do you like this new team? Do you like the new look? Do you think we need to make any changes here to the lines? Forsberg, Galchenyuk, Granlund on that first line. We got Jost, Kyrou, McGillney on the second line. Gurianov, Perfetti, Pelech on the third. Lawton, Sissons, and Forsback and Carlson on the fourth line. Not a lot there to work with, but definitely options for you if you want to make any suggestions. Leavo, Pareko, there's our first pairing. Vukajevic and Mikoshin as our second pairing. And Karolate and Quixote as our third pairing. And then again, in the net, we've got Holtby and Comrie. These guys are hopefully going to keep pucks out of the net here during the regular season. We'll see how that goes. That was all preseason, so who knows if we're going to have ourselves a tough year or not. But it's going to be interesting one way or another, and we're going to get right into that next episode as we get through year number 4. Watch for that coming in the next couple days. And again, if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. Hit that like button. And if you want to see any more videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Turn your notification bell on. You're going to see every video, get a notification as soon as we put it up, and then you'll be able to jump in at your leisure to watch the videos then. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you again soon. Take care.